we don't realize this paradigm shift, I will not be doing my job if I don't think differently, if I don't think out of this box.
It's interesting.
And my kids are the best evidence because they are now, my 23-year old son has not seen that. I remember the eternal thing. He got his mobile phone, he was 15 or 14, his first mobile phone. His sister got it, she was 2 years younger. What? How come I got my mobile phone, I was 15, she's getting it, she was 13. The youngest got it, he was 7. I don't know. So, now this is a different story. The acceleration, the process, we can see it. We just have to look to our children. I projected in a conference a YouTube video, not coming from us. A 1-year-old girl with an iPad going like this, being very happy, and then she opens the magazine, and this adorable girl is just trying to make the picture bigger on the magazine, trying to press where you, and then it doesn't work, and she got upset. And the mom's comment is, for my 1-year-old daughter, a magazine is an iPad that doesn't work. Steve Jobs coded permanently her operating system. So this is where we are today. And this generation, the one that were born, we, all of us, were born, and we knew a world without mobiles and without internet. This generation, no. They are born with that. And I think, I'm fascinated by this. I consider myself so privileged because every day I can discover something, I can learn something, and that's really a blessing.
So if we had Apple and Google and Twitter and Facebook sitting here, enjoying the multiple revenues and profits they are making, and you're providing the network, the pipes, and stuff like that. So you get the pain and they get the gain.
Yes.
So what do you think about that? What action are you taking?
I will tell them, quoting a beautiful sentence, what got you here will not get you there.
Okay.
So if you allow me.
Fair enough.
Because I believe that they will have to go in a different business model. The business model will change, like our business model will certainly change. And I believe that there is nothing, we talk about the ICT companies, but everything is becoming digital.
Yes.
The mistake is that we consider, this is the digital space, like if there is a space, the physical, everything is becoming digital. Yeah. The companies that are now digital are called Burberry's, are called Emirates. These companies, banks. Yesterday we had a speaker and he is a guru in digital retail banking. We don't want to go to banks.
But if you just turn it upside down, telcos should be tomorrow's banks, perhaps, because that's your transactions are going to happen. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe, but what I'm saying is, you're telling to me, what do you consider you still have something where you need to change? I'm asking you a question. Did any one of your kids one day nagged on you, telling you, I want to go to the Do store, or I want to go to the Etisalat store in a mall? They tell you, I want to go to Magic Planet. They will tell you, I want to go to Virgin. But no one is nagging. I call it the dentist syndrome. You go to these shops because you have to, for some reason or another. What is the best expectation is hoping that this will be less pain than possible. This is exactly how you go to the dentist. I don't go to the dentist because, great, I have an afternoon, I want to relax, I go to the dentist. We go there hoping that the ultimate thing is, oh God, this was not painful. So that's the best thing. Today's shops for us is like that. I would love to see one day kids nagging on their parents, telling them, I want to go to the Do store because we have something where we could, then our brand will be there. This is where I believe my responsibility is how to think and make it happen.
Recently,
and not, by the way, it's not doing Etisalat only.
Yes.
Any telco in the world, any telco in the world, you don't go there for fun.
That brings us to an interesting point, because there was a recent article in Kip Report a couple of months ago where you said that you'd like to create the equivalent of an Arabic, pan-Arab Facebook. Now, that's an interesting challenge, and I can see that you're a visionary thinker. we had trouble, and telcos have had trouble. Vodafone Live has had trouble. You created NIU. That has its challenges, I'm sure.
But that's, for me, the telco. But the model is, let me use a metaphor, if you guys are interested into. You said dumb pipeline. I will use another word in telcos. We built roads. For years, we used to build roads. And how do we charge in the beginning? Roads, we charge by time and distance. In telcos, time and distance, we all know the time where I speak more, I pay more. My grandfather used to be very strict when my grandmother, Allah yarhamha, was talking to her daughter because phone is for emergency. صح? You knew that. Time and distance. Time is the more you talk. You speak longer distance, you pay more. And this is why probably in a lot of movies of this part of the world, when a guy is talking to his son who is studying, etc., in a phone booth, these will shout, hello, hello, because you really want to make sure that you're paying, that this went there. So this is so we build roads. What happened is now customers go on this road, and of course they want to pay less and less because we built roads and we have cars to take them on big shopping centers called YouTube, called Google, called Facebook. And they start doing things. A mall. They start doing things. They walk in the mall and they see ads, and advertisers are paying Google because I bring my customer. It's normal, legitimate. They buy things, they buy a coffee, they buy an item online, etc. They pay money. Google will take, as a mall, a transaction. So far, it's good. But they are going out of this mall with a huge bags. And they tell me, no, the bus that you are building is not enough. You have to change your bus, build a bigger bus. And the bus is bigger, and there are so many buses that I need to build the road. So I'm paying all the money, but the extra revenue is not going to me. You said it. I'm quoting one of the founder and owner of Bharti, Mr. Sunil Mittal. He said, we can't share their gain, and they don't want to share our pain. Fair enough. You know, there is always two drivers. In philosophy or in, you call them fear and greed. Greed, not the negative way. Greed is the willingness to have more, the willingness to do. Fear and greed. The fear is, I'm defending myself. You know, in native people, they fear and greed. Now, of course, in corporate world, we don't like fear and greed. It sounds, so we call them very eloquently risk management and leverage. So it looks much more, you know, it looks much more decent, so we can sit with ties and speak about this. Why are we shy? I want not only the sphere, not minimizing the constraint. I want to maximize the pleasure. Why can't we all build a mall? The problem is scale. But an advertiser will not go and discuss with Ittisalat, Mobile, STC, etc. if he wants a campaign for the young people in the Arab world, where if he goes on Google or on Facebook, he's reaching much more. Why can't we create an entity just on the digital space where we put our pipes in an intelligent way, each keeping their assets, where we create a MENA digital platform? That's the dream that I'm having.
Okay. So, putting it in a more controversial way, let's nationalize all the telecoms companies. I'm being provocative intentionally. In other words, by saying that forget the telecoms; they're just pipes and roads, and then let's just do the bits on top.
We have to be on that top platform. We have to have a platform on top, but not. Each telco, you cannot do it. Each telco will still have to have its own things, competitiveness. I am saying to telco, great, forget that I am your competitor in this market. Let's, as an industry, think how we are positioned vis-a-vis the other. By the way, The banks did it with Visa.
Yes.
We are in an environment, a lot of the banks did it with Visa. So it shouldn't be so difficult. That's the concept where I like to think I'm getting out my architect passion to build it.
Maybe you're building the next wave of
I hope so.
Sultan's life. Just one last question. I mean, we have what we call a big elephant in the room, and that's called voice over IP. How many people, if I just go around, use Skype? That's about 90% of the people in this room. By the way, it's illegal, and we all do it.
Can we have the names and the list?
Yes, exactly.
Can we have the name and the list?
So, I mean, this is like the most open secret. I mean, we're all using Skype. We go overseas, and we go to the media city, download it from there, and we just use it. And we're eating your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, as far as international calls are concerned. Why don't we just put a subscription figure and just legalize it and make all of us honest?
You're talking to me?
Yes, I'm talking to you.
Ah, okay.
You are the
You're
one of the
talking
two.
to me, so I was, okay, no, I thought because you're looking,
No, sorry.
okay. Okay, here it's about not